everybody! So I'm really excited. I just found out about this new thing called Movie Monday, and it's kind of going to be like the Friday Five, where we get a topic and we have to do 5 movies that fit that topic. And Emily Boone over on her channel, she's I guess the one starting it up, and I'll put a link to the Tumblr and to her channel down below, and I'm really excited for this. This is going to be so fun because these videos are super easy to make, and I love talking about movies, so this will be awesome. So let's talk about my 5 favorite movies of all time. This is so hard. So many honorable mentions that I would love to put on here, like Slumdog Millionaire, When Harry Met Sally, Avengers, and Boyhood, which I just watched again and I love. Clueless. It's one of my all-time favorites, and let's be clear, this isn't the 5 best movies ever made. These are just my 5 favorite. So, yeah, there's a difference, I think. So, here we go. My number 5 favorite film of all time is It's a Wonderful Life.
Bert, do you know me?
Know you? You kidding? I've been looking all over town trying to find you. I saw your car piled into that tree down there, and I thought maybe you... Hey, your mouth's bleeding. Are you sure you're all right?
What you... My mouth's bleeding, Bert! My mouth's bleeding! Zuzu's pedals! Zuzu... There they are! Bert! What do you know about that? Merry Christmas!
And you get to see Jimmy Stewart, get to see the world without him. There is a little bit of melodrama. I don't think anybody's life would really be that much different if somebody wasn't there, but it just works. It's got so much heart. It makes you think about your life. It makes you think about your relationships. It's something to watch at Christmas, which makes it, extra special. Jimmy Stewart's so great in it. I love the actor who plays Clarence is wonderful. You have so many just iconic scenes, wonderful scenes. It just moves me, and it even has a little bit of humor in there mixed in. It's just a movie that makes you think about your life, and I think Camper does a good job of filming it and drawing you into the story. So number 5, It's a Wonderful Life. 4, I have The Little Mermaid.
I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your
and The Little Mermaid was my favorite movie for a lot of my life. And pretty much until I was in college, Little Mermaid was my favorite movie. And I just love it. I love the story of Ariel trying to figure out who she is and where she belongs. And I love all the music. I love the animation. I love the villain with Ursula. And yeah, it's just great. Number 3 for me is Star Wars. And
This mask off.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now. Now, go, my son.
I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have.
And I kind of just include the whole series. I really love the characters. I love the adventure. I love the space opera aspect of it. The prequels aren't great, but I still like the core story in there of the prequels. And I like the 3rd prequel pretty good. And I love Luke as a character. I love his journey. I love Vader's arc throughout the whole course of the movies. I like the cinematography throughout. I like the special effects throughout. I really liked in Force Awakens. I liked Rey. I liked Poe Dameron. I liked BB-8. How cute is that? I love the droids. I just love those movies. I think they're great. So that is my number 3. Number 2 is Breakfast at Tiffany's. And
You've got no guts. You're afraid to stick out your chin and say, okay, life's a fact. People do fall in love. People do belong to each other. Because that's the only chance anybody's got for real happiness. You call yourself a free spirit, a wild thing. and you're terrified somebody's gonna stick you in a cage. Well, baby, you're already in that cage. You built it yourself. And it's not bounded in the west by Tulip, Texas, or in the east by Somaliland. It's wherever you go. Because no matter where you run, you just end up running into yourself.
What I love about this movie is it's a movie about contrasts. It's a movie with characters that are lost, but they find their humanity and they find themselves through love. And it's the love of another lost person. And you have Paul and you have Holly, and they both have sort of settled for a life of that's sort of convenient for them, and especially Paul, you know, that he's given up kind of on life, and it's not until he meets Holly, who is kind of a lost soul, you know. And I love the conversation with O.J. Berman where he says she's a phony, but she's a real phony, and that really is true to her character. You know, she is somebody who it puts on a nice face to go to a prison. You know, that's sort of her personality, is that she puts on this nice face, but she's really pretty locked up inside. And it's not until she meets Paul that she finally starts to kind of let those facades out. You know, it's always interesting to me that her favorite place in the whole world is Tiffanys. You know, she's somebody who is seen throughout the film being loud, being you know, partying, and yet what's her favorite place? It's Tiffanys. And why is it her favorite? Not because of the money, but it's because it's quiet. And that's really, really interesting. So throughout the whole movie, it's just sort of her learning to sort of put off all of these protections that she's built up. And she talks about having the mean reds, and you know, the kind of the fear of having the mean reds. And I think that's what causes her to do things like become engaged to Jose, because she's just too afraid. And so you know, it has my favorite scene in all of movies when they're sitting in the cab. You look at the symbolism of Moon River, which is such a great song. The music is so great in the movie, you know, and it says, Moon River, you heartbreaker, you dream maker. So it's that contrast between the two sides of Holly and Paul that you see in the movie. So I really love it. I think it's just a great film. So my number one favorite movie of all time, you guys all know, is Up. And the reason why I love Up is because it's a movie about dealing with regret. And you know, you have these things that you wish you could have done in life. And in the movie Up, Carl has sort of allowed his life to stop. And he's, in a certain way, it's kind of similar, I guess, to Holly in a way, because he's allowed his regret to sort of stop his life. And he just feels all of this guilt for the things he didn't give Ellie. And he loves her so much. And there's just something about that just, I loved that message of the movie, and how through the spirit of adventure and embracing this adventure, that he realizes not only that Ellie truly did love him in a whole new way that he'd never realized before, but also that she's forgiven him for the things he couldn't give her. And I love that so much. It's so moving. I think the music is perfect. I think the story is great. You know, it's got Christopher Plummer in there. Hello, awesome. So I love Up. It makes me think of my grandpa whenever I see it, and my grandpa was like my favorite person in the whole world, and I really miss him very much. So I'll just put it on, and it just makes me feel good about the world. And so that's what movies should do. All of these movies actually really do that for me. So number 5, It's a Wonderful Life. Number 4, The Little Mermaid. Number 3, Star Wars. Number 2, Breakfast at Tiffany's. And number 1, Up. So that's my 5 favorite movies. Let me know what you think of this list, and yeah, put in the comment section and go ahead and participate in this new thing, the Monday movies. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later. Bye.